Hey guys, so today we are making some turkey Salisbury steak. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started with the recipe. So I have this 93% lean, 7% fat ground turkey that I'm going to use. I'm going to use 2 pounds of this. And so I am going to season it with some nature seasoning, which is an all-purpose seasoning. But really, I don't care what seasonings you use. Just make sure your food is not bland, because we don't want no bland food, y'all. Okay? And so I'm also going to put in some of this sugar-free G. Hughes chicken seasoning in here, as well as some Himalayan pink salt. And you want to make sure that you season your food very, very well. This is 2 pounds of ground turkey, and y'all know ground turkey don't be having no flavor already, okay? And so I'm going to add some black pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder. But again, it's whatever you want to season your food with. You could probably put like one of those onion soup mixes up in here if you want to, but I'm trying to make this allergy friendly, and I've mentioned this plenty of times before that one of my kids has a dairy allergy, and so some of those seasoning packs do contain dairy products. But anyway, I'm just going to mix my ground turkey until everything is nice and combined, and then I am going to add in maybe about 10 to 12 club crackers. These are multi-grain club crackers, or you can use saltines, Ritz crackers, you can use breadcrumbs, whatever you want. You combine this with some oatmeal, or you can use an egg or something like that. But again, egg and dairy allergies over here, so I'm just using the crackers. And so I am just gonna form quite a few patties with these, and so I tried to go for like an oval type of shape because that's what they typically look like, but you could just make it into like a hamburger patty, or if you are short on time, you can use the preformed burger patties at the store, or some frozen burger patties if you'd like. And so I'm going to heat some avocado oil in a big skillet, and then I'm just going to sear my turkey patties on both sides until they are nice and brown. And so during this stage, you're not going to cook it all the way through, because it is going to continue to cook in our delicious gravy. But I love making Salisbury steak. And so since I'm trying to be a little bit more lean, I decided to use the turkey, or you can use some lean ground beef, because that is an option. But I'm using turkey because I have people in my house who don't eat beef, so we all can eat turkey, so that's what I'm using. But you can also make this Salisbury steak with any plant-based protein you'd like as well. And so after I seared my patties, I am just going to start on my gravy. So I have 1 yellow onion here that I am just going to saute, and I'm going to add in about 3 to 4 cloves of fresh garlic, and I'm just adding in a little bit more avocado oil, as well as some dairy-free butter. And then I'm going to add in some all-purpose flour to help make the roux for our gravy, or you could use any gravy packets if you want, or if you have like any type of cream of chicken or cream of mushroom, you could use that as well. You could also add fresh mushrooms to saute with your gravy, but my kids don't like mushrooms, so I did not add that. And so I'm going to add in about 6 cups of some chicken broth to this, or you could use water or vegetable broth if you'd like. And so I am just going to stir this or whisk it until all of it is combined and there are no lumps. And so you want to make sure that you add your liquid in slowly and bring it to a nice boil. And then once it starts boiling, you're going to reduce the heat to a simmer, and it should thicken up. And then I'm just adding in my patties along with whatever juice came from it, and I am going to let this simmer for about maybe 45 minutes or so, 45 minutes to an hour. It really just depends on how tender you want it, but it is turkey, so it's not going to take that long to cook through. It's really just a matter of tenderness at that point. And so my Salisbury steak are done, and that gravy has thickened up very, very nicely. I did not have to add a cornstarch slurry, but if your gravy did not thicken up, you are free to add a cornstarch slurry. And I just served this with some jasmine rice and some French cut green beans. But that is the finished product. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.